Jake Paul was desperate to fight Canelo, and Canelo would be desperate to fight Jake Paul too because it would be a big payday. But Canelo backed out for some reason. Jake Paul says, breaking news, Canelo Alvarez is ducking me. He even showed a contract that they both signed. He says Jake Paul is now, Jake Paul. It is now owned by, okay, so he's saying Canelo is basically owned by the Mexican people that support him, but he's on U.S. soil. It's not surprising. His whole career he's done nothing for the sport of boxing outside the ring. I'm the new face of boxing. You cannot have the biggest fight in 2025 without my name involved. When all of your events tank and lose money, you will realize who the king of the sport is. 28 years old, biggest fight in boxing history. My own boss, not owned. 5 years in. See, Jake Paul's crazy. Al Heyman. Was it Al Heyman? Who was it that I'm not into all the boxing stuff, but I'm not up on it like a lot of people are. But Canelo, I don't know who he was signed to, but let's see, who's Canelo signed to? Canelo signed to. Okay, he did something with who was he with before that though? He was with somebody before that, and he screwed over that promoter to go for another promoter to make some quick money. And I don't know. Jake Paul probably has a point. So Ashanti reacts to Irv Gotti passing. She says, I can't believe things ended like this, and it makes me so sad. We weren't on the best terms the past few years, but as I've always said, through our ups and downs, I will forever be grateful for everything that you've done for me. We made history, and that will remain infinite. I've always respected your musical genius, ability to push me to be my best. All the greatness and positive things that come far outweigh the dark, negative times. I have always prayed for you to find peace. Sending love and prayers to the entire family. Rest well. That's very sad. Because, see, Irv Gotti couldn't take that he lost Ashanti to Nelly, especially during his trial. Then they broke up. Nelly and Ashanti broke up, and Irv Gotti just hated her ever since then. He felt like she turned her back on him while he was going through his Fed case, which probably wasn't the case, but, Irv Gotti's dramatic. And he's been dissing her ever since. And I bet when Nelly and Ashanti got back together and had a baby, that threw him over the edge. He was on Drink Champs often after that, dissing her. Joy Chavis, mother of Bow Wow's daughter, future son, expecting a baby with NFL player Trayvon Diggs. I thought they already had that baby. She's got a lot of checks coming in. She's carefully planned her retirement. She doesn't have to work. She's getting money from Bow Wow, Future, and Trayvon. Oof. She's cold. Kai Cenat cancels the A-Stream due to liability issues because Kanye is tweeting the craziest stuff. He's saying F Virgil. Virgil's dead, man. He's tweeting about Jewish people again, disrespecting them. He's just doing too much, man. And you know what, man? He's rich, and he has his own ecosystem with his fans. Kai Cenat could be canceled, man. He's not going to put his whole brand on the line so Kanye can go on there and just disrespect it like he did with Drink Champs. It's just, they're lucky that they didn't have any backlash from that. I think they just deleted it, and that was that. But Kanye's out of his mind, bro. Like, the things he says, he's doing it just to see how far he could push it and who will delete him. He needs to get back on his meds. That's all I could say. He's dangerous. I think he's dangerous. A$AP Rocky trial. Who knows where this is going to go? A$AP Rocky testified he looked like a clown on there. Inconsistent. He's a snitch. He's a bona fide snitch, man. It's like he kept it real with ASAP for a while and then became a snitch. That's how I look at it. Then you had ASAP 12 up there and a couple other people that were very positive for ASAP Rocky. But here it comes down to he's charged with assault, and it's like, is that going to stick because there is footage of him pointing a gun at somebody? Or are they going to look at it as ASAP Bradley kind of provoked all this? We'll have to see. Then we got Kendrick Lamar. He says a big surprise. Now, I know Lil Wayne said he won't be at the big event, right? Super Bowl. But I'm going to be honest with you. I think he's going to come out, but he's going to come out in support of Drake. And I don't think Kendrick would have a problem with that because he would just perform Not Like Us. And if Lil Wayne just comes out and does part of Mona Lisa, I think that'll be fun. Because, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't see a lot of loyalty amongst Young Money anyways. Who had Drake's back during the Kendrick thing? Nobody. Everybody always has Nicki's back. Everybody always has Wayne's back. But nobody had Drake's back this time. It was very interesting. And I think Drake would be cool with this because Lil Wayne would be doing this in New Orleans. He would at least come out. I think that's important to him. So I think that is going to happen because Lil Wayne Kendrick Lamar is a big fan of Lil Wayne. So I think they spoke. Jay-Z case has been dropped by Busby, the lawyer Busby. I don't know if they settled something or Busby. They just had so much information on Busby that they threw it out. But it's interesting. And the Weekend Hurry Up Tomorrow says 450K the first week, which is weird because it was tracking to do 300K. Then overnight, they got another 150K sales. Seems a little suspicious to me, but we'll see how that goes. Supreme, the guy who tried to get 50 Cent killed, the guy who was business partners with Irv Gotti, he reacts to the whole thing that's happening with his son threatening 50 Cent and all this other stuff. We kind of played a little bit of it. Let's play a little bit more right here. This is big because this guy does not speak that often, and that means he feels like his son is doing too much. I never even seen him claim his son. So now we confirm that this is actually his son too. Maybe he was disowning his son because he was doing too much internet stuff. They haven't spoken for 7 years. Because his son was doing too much internet stuff.
Due to recent events, the elevation to a place of peace and rest for my brother and friend, Irv Gotti, and the buffoonish display of my son, Kyle Robinson, I am forced to make a public statement in defense of Irv and his family. I do not indulge in idle chit-chat. When I speak, I have something to say. Kyle Robinson does not speak for Irv or Irv's family, nor does he speak for me or my nephew, Gerald Prince Miller. I was disgusted when I heard about the things he said as far as representing Irv's family. I regret having to take these steps, exposing his lies and fraud. But as a man, you call out those who make inappropriate or false statements. No one gets a pass. I would not be who I am if I favored him simply because he's my son. He is my son, and I love him. But I will never condone or associate with his conduct and behavior on the internet. I let him know men don't argue and beef behind a mic on the internet. Real men move in silence. He had a choice, me or the net. He made his choice. And until he forsakes the clown show, which is the internet, I will never speak or associate with him, especially when he makes veiled threats talking about we. Who is we? Prince and myself do not promote threats of violence. We different. We are masters of self-defense. If you ain't talking about positivity or growth and goals, keep your mouth shut. That goes for everybody. Rest in peace, little bro. And mourn in peace the entire Lorenzo family.
Yeah, so that's that. And, that's he says his condolences to Irv Gotti, and is sick of his son inserting himself in beef that could. I think he's doing this because he loves his son. And he doesn't want his son to get hurt, not by 50 Cent, but by somebody else. Just inserting himself in too much garbage. And I'm sure he regrets everything. Look, the man hasn't been free for 25 years, or something like that. 20 years, It's like, was it worth it? You lost 20 years of your life. Definitely not worth it.